Boy, not fair. Waste my time for 10 years. When you wanna take. So that today, now you're 10. Not fair. You get it up.
All right, folks. If you are tuning in, please do us a favor and share this live broadcast. It is important. It's really disappointing. We are going to start up, and what we are going to start up with, it is heartbreaking, very, very much disappointing when it comes to this government and the way in which it is proceeding.
You can't tell me what you want me, I feel it, you know it's not fair. Back there, all the time when you're up, so the nothing to wish by you, not fair. So call me Puku, you don't forget about the sweet thing with me, boy, not fair. Not fair. Love you, listen to you. I the person when you so God bless you. Oh, my show me forget love and love for cookie. No more time when I do my own self-care. Let me have to
Folks, please do us a favor by sharing this video. It is very important. It's heartbreaking what I'm bringing. It's a lot to talk about, and this is not being in favor of anybody, but it's just strictly the truth.
You want to loyalty, you want to I'm on in a poverty. We papa go alima you know to say oh yeah. Waste my time for 10 years when you wanna take. So that today now you're 10 enough fair. You get an opportunity. You can tell me what you want me to tell you know enough fair. Not tell all the time when you're up. So the time to wish by your love enough fair. So call me Puku. You don't forget about the sweet thing with boy enough fair. Love you, listen to you. See what you do, so God bless you. Give me love, I give you everything. Everything that you never gonna leave. I'm on the road, I'm on the road. I don't know, baby, why you do me so? I'm gonna come for say my baby. I will not for a monkey, but I can't see. I'm out there, waiting for a hold of it. That's the one I'm waiting to take of it. You better for my flowers in the mountain. Oh, why you do this for? Yeah. I love you, 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 I love you. Can you do everything on me? Sweetie, I'm sorry, you. I'm down on my knees, begging you, please forgive me. My sweet heart. Well, you know that I love you. Even in my dream, I cannot follow whatever. I'm here to make you happy, not to make you cry. Anytime you smile, you can put tears in my eyes. Baby girl, don't leave my side. I'm motivation, I got me moving high. This day I live in my life. I'm still my wife, you my promoter of the best in the love. You can cool my temperature down. If you leave me, baby, I'm from I don't know. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Can't do without you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Can't do without you. I won't leave you. I love you. I get some heart. I want to you. Anita, my breather, oh. Don't love for fire, I want to take you away from. Oh, baby, where I'm meant to be. Why can't you see you my everything? I don't want to stop, baby, just go down. Far away from my heart, let it run down. Okay, I do. I do, I do, I do. That only you are. Yes, you love. You my promoter, baby, I should have love. Oh, now you won't get cool my temperature down. If you leave me, baby, I'm gonna run out of
Okay, folks. Once more, if you are listening, wherever you are following us from, welcome right here to LBR TV and radio. We do operate from an FM frequency as well. This is an urgent message, you know. You got to be out here. You know, to be able to share these identical happenings with our viewers and our followers out there. So looking at the fact of what is happening, you know, all right. So let's start. Looking at the fact of what is happening out there is really heartbreaking and disappointing, to be very honest. You know, earlier today, we started up with this same drugs issue within Liberia and looking at the effects that it has, you know, within our community, amongst our, you know, loved ones, our brothers, sisters, you know, friends, the community as a whole. Pretty much that message apparently did not resonate much more, you know, than what is about to happen. So wherever you are, I would tell you take a seat back, grab whatever snack you have with you, watch, follow the trends, put together, you know, reasonable thoughts, and as well, be very calculative. What that is about to go down is highly sensitive. And I don't think anybody should take this, you know, lightly. So I would say, you know, when you have the opportunity to tune in, please do us a favor, including yourself, share this video, let it go viral, let people know that still there are people who stands for the truth. There are people still out here who actually acknowledge, you know, the truth. Nothing else but the truth. And we speak on behalf of our Liberian people. We definitely should show how loyal we are to our country. And it's not about partisan, you know, sentiment or anything of the kind. Now, this whole issue here of Boakai yesterday being in his son club, went to watch his son performance, you know, and this club that his son Tantan operate is a script club in Liberia there. Looking at the age of this old man and looking at the age of his wife, this is something that you expect at that time of the night or whatever, as soon as he leaves office, to be home, spending that quality time with his family, his wife, you know, his grandkids, possibly his kids. And, you know, when you bring out this discussion here, you have a lot of UP partisan bringing up baseless argument, things that are not resonating enough. No comparison. It's like apple and oranges. They are talking about the time George Weah, left, or George Weah have had a tendency of always attending his son soccer game, leaving the country. What's wrong with Boakai, and his wife going to watch their son performance? Now, here is the difference. Like I told a good friend. When you look at Tintin, look at his track record. Look at who he is. Look at his capacity. Where in life have you seen Tintin being a productive person? Even when his father was a VP, where did you learn Tintin had businesses going on, establishment, that he was independent? Where? But in this light manner, let's talk so. Looking at George Weah, regardless of his incompetency, but his son has always been productive. Even before becoming president of Liberia, the records are there. His son had been a football player like him, has been earning his own living, has been very independent. Can you say the same about Tintin or President Boakai's son? Absolutely no. But the disappointing part and the disgraceful part, knowing that at that time of the night, you are talking as an elderly man, setting a precedent where you're talking about, your citizen or younger girls and things, knowing that being out at that time of the night, week hours and things, it is not good. You take your old self along with your old wife, and you go to sit into a nightclub, or not just an ordinary nightclub, but a strip club. What precedent are you setting for the country? The photos are wasted all over Facebook. In fact, you know what? Let me not waste time. Let me start off. Here is the photo. Here is the photo. The photo is out there in the public domain. Of he and his so-called darling wife smiling, showing their last jawbone teeth in their mouth, there, watching their son perform. They are in nightclub. Can you imagine at this age? Now, what are you going to tell seditionists? When Babala, Colonel Babala was speaking, these are some of the things he spoke about. At this moment and that point, we have a serious situation hanging over the country. We got a $19.2 million worth of cocaine that is still situated within the country. Kids that are being worked on that, it's not even yielding any fruit. It's like it is not going anywhere. Just like staying still. We got the local border issue and situation. These are things that are enough to keep you busy, President Boakai. Not to go see some useless of a son of yours saying that the only thing he has to offer Liberia is to go stand up and say he's showcasing talent. Now look at how disgraceful it is. Anybody, you know how many of those local musicians and things, or as they say, rappers or solo songs group that we have in Liberia there? What's so special about him standing up there that you got to bring the country down to nothing? That the world, the country, the people watch you and your so-called wife in nightclub. Compare that. Not anybody that can just become a football star, well respected around the world, not just in your country. George Weah's son is a football star that the world respect. Not somebody holding mic and just making useless noise. And he had that talent and he wanted to exhibit that talent and he wanted to showcase that talent. Before you became president, he should have showcased such a talent. You and your darling wife should have gone sitting into that freaking damn bar there or club to watch him showcasing his so-called talent. That when there are sticky situations going on in the country, we have our family members, our loved ones at risk, where we know that with any possibility, that drug issue there can die down. And effectively or immediately after dying down, the next thing that can happen, we start seeing that drugs on the market. A lot of our loved ones start buying it, sniffing it in, and dying again or being useless again by the number. So how different is he from President Weah? You know, everything President Weah has done, it shows to be far better off than what President Boakai is doing right now. We have such attention in the country. We are looking forward to you bringing justice, bringing those criminals to the book. And all you do is to give your words, promising the Liberian people while you and your wife go sits in script club watching your son perform. Perform what? How beneficial is that to the country? You know, if George Weah's son even steps into the shoe of his dad, you know how that benefits Liberia? It takes Liberia's name again on the map like his father did. Though he wasn't born in Liberia, but they want to know his origin. They want to know where he's from. My man, call my number direct. You in America, don't call me by Facebook. You got my number, call it direct. I got call it. Yeah, that's how useless it is. Now, with this disgraceful appearances, with this disgraceful, look out there, how do you expect to be defended? Now, the next thing here is you're going to find the yuppies all over the internet spilling out nonsense. You're going to find it all over the internet making reckless statements, justifying what that really doesn't make sense. What justification is that? I spoke to a friend who told me, after a hard day of work, what you expect the old man to do? They're going to go support their son. Oh, but y'all were the same people that were talking when George Weah went to support his son, he and his wife out there that is playing international football, that can take the country name out like his father did. Y'all nearly castrated George Weah for doing that. Y'all recklessly strip his name all over the place. Now compare a man going to support his son playing soccer. For instance, a man going to go sit into a nightclub where you find all the naked women, where you find all the useless men and women, all the dudes surrounded by a bottle of liquors, drinking and getting drunk, and causing so much noise and foolishness. Compare that alongside with somebody who is going to see the child performing on a world stage that the entire Western world, including Africa, watching him, bringing his dream to life, asking, where is he from? Like his father did. Tell me, what's the comparison there? That's what I told this friend. It's like you comparing apple and oranges. It makes no sense at all. You have your legacy on the line to defend.
Charlie Jackson.
And you doing this? Hello?
Yeah, how you doing with it?
Yes. Please, whatever you're listening to the device, please turn it off because I'm going to be getting all the people going to be getting the feedback.
I'll turn it off, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, where are you calling from and what's your take on this?
I'm Charlie Jackson. I'm calling from Philadelphia, PA.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what's your take on the fact of President Joseph Boakai and his wife in the nightclub, a script nightclub there, showcasing their son?
Well, like I told you today, I called you earlier. I told you what happened. It was last night, in the past. The same situation happened in the past government back then when we were in power for 6 years. We all went to watch his son playing football, and everybody criticized. And this happened last night. And when you show the UP people, they will say, "Oh yeah," they will keep silent. They don't want to talk about it, this, that. But like I tell you, man, like I like the way you were just talking, speaking. You were speaking the fact. But the fact is that
My man, speak to the issue.
Wrong. It's completely wrong. It's completely wrong. Yeah, it's not a good sign.
Can you by any chance compare this to George Weah's son that is playing on world stage, that the Western world, including the entire Africa, that possibly he could step into his father's shoe tomorrow to bring that proud to Liberia? Can you compare this boy Tintin along with what George Weah's son is doing?
I mean, it's a big difference. Like I say, it's a big difference. Yeah, we are the whole world was watching him and his son, SYZ. So this one is just right in Liberia and the video recycle. It's completely wrong, like I say, Yeah, there's no margin into that. There's no margin into that.
All right.
Yeah, if anybody come on social media to say, "Oh yeah, the papi was doing the right thing to go see his son," it's wrong. There's no way you compare those two. Those two stuff, there's no way you can compare.
All right, thank you, Charlie. Thank you so much for your contribution. Yeah, so
I'm gonna watch you talk on it,
Yeah, folks. The number is out here, 612-222-0299, 612-222-0299. If you listen to Kone Babala, he even stated the same thing. That the repetition of this president is on the line. He can either crack the code by putting a stop to this drugs situation in the country. But you see, he looks so comfortable. He and his wife, like we have no situation going on in the country. Like we have no situation. Yeah. We have such huge pile of drugs that has the potential of definitely destroying that entire nation. 19 that worth or cost about 19.2 million. And you find the audacity or you find the guts to go and sit into a nightclub to say you're going to watch your son showcasing, doing what? How can that, move Liberia to the next level? How can that, make Liberia, known around the world? Right now, as I speak, the world is watching. to see the outcome of that drugs that was found at our airport. America is even watching. And you want to say, you want to go watch your son showcasing stupidity on stage there, talking about his singing? Do you know how many artists we have in Liberia? This is why I asked, I said, tell me, what were Tintin doing before your father became president? Or what is his net worth as compared to George Weah's son? George Weah's son has a history of being professional, of being, completely independent. Before his father became even senator, the records are there. Let's move the two parents, the two fathers out of it. Can you compare Tete in any shape, form, or means with the son of George Weah? Yeah, can you? Yeah. It is unfortunate. Yeah. Let's listen to Barbara.
Bust. Last year ended, if you read our year-end statement, we spoke specifically to the prevalence of drug in the society and what we believe government needs to do differently. Or say that they're doing mess and nothing good is happening. That's what they want. Ending the fabric of our society. I say it's an existential threat. It's a national security threat. Because the future of the young people, and not just the young, even some of the old people who are now frustrated with life, they think that things are not working out, they're resorting to drug use.
Yeah.
And with the proliferation of drugs and the cash and emoluments associated with drugs in our society, it undermines governance. Because people in the security sector are easily susceptible.
Yes.
And therefore, when they impede the security sector, you know that justice doesn't happen the way it should. Because if you have frontline people who should protect rights, being exposed to enormous sums of cash and being malleable in the way they dispense their duties is a problem. So it's an extraordinary problem. But I also believe that it gives the opportunity for what? Extraordinary legacy.
Okay.
In that respect, I think the president has an opportunity to leave a legacy. President Boakai has an extraordinary opportunity with 90.2 million of this cookie to leave a legacy. A legacy that will say that, look, I'm going to protect the young people of this country from drugs. A legacy that will say that when it comes to holding people accountable for certain types of crimes, I will put my foot down and I'm not going to waver.
Yes.
A legacy that will send a message, as he said in the statement on the drug issue. No sacred cows. That was what the statement said. In other words, no sacred cows mean we'll not spare anybody. If we find that you involved, no matter how high you are or how low you are or what proximity you may have, we'll deal with you. So that's, for me, it was a very powerful statement. A bit reassuring. But I've said that there's a timeline to that statement. Okay. There's a useful life to that statement. How long it remains reassuring depends on how soon the joint security team is able to come back to the Liberian people with tangible results on this investigation. My position is that I think they have not really communicated as forcefully as they should, reassuring the Liberian people that this is not, as the president said, his own words, business as usual, that this is not business as usual, keeping people apprised of what is going on, being very open and proactive. I think they have not done that very well.
And that is one of my key points there. The Liberian people are barely, informed with informations. These are some of the nonsense we talk about with Minister Pierre. Whenever he comes out, spilling out nonsense, talking about giving or informing the Liberian people, giving report. You see his posture, his response, his reaction. Like he's ready to get at war with the reporters. He's ready to get at war with the Liberian people. But I bet You see this nonsense? You see what just happened? He would not give this, he would not put this in his report to say, oh, the president was found yesterday, he and his wife in a script club or in a nightclub. But if any reporter or journalist just attempt in acquiring such information, he's going to be very, very, very insolent to them and very arrogant. You know, that's why I tell people, I sit on the fence, I still will sit on the fence. Regardless of technology or not, regardless, I have the platform, alive or dead. I speak on something that I know that I myself has something in it for myself or it benefits me. I know that if Liberia is safe, I know that if Liberia is good, I'm safe to come back home as well. I'm safe to visit. I'm safe to move freely around when I'm in the country. All these so-called, you know, Liberians that are leaving from abroad to go down there seeking job or being appointed and things, they see all this nonsense. But they are not speaking about it. No, they are not.
Now, some argue, and again, I'm not involved with the joint security, so I'm not exposed to whatever national security issues may be at play that therefore has affected their ability to communicate more openly as they should. And as somebody who also studied security sector reform, I don't want to be the one to jump the gun and start saying certain things. So they are.
That's it there. That's it there, folks. That's it. He feels so comfortable, relaxed with his so-called wife in a script bar, showcasing her useless or their useless son. When is it that musician has become so much important in Liberia? If that is the case, can you compare Tete alongside with most of those talented musicians in Liberia? Like Boakai, you name it, the others? Eh? Can you? Good people cheering, holding mic. But we're talking about something that benefits the entire country or even the name of the country. Yeah. Wasting our resources behind a useless son. When last Tintin owned a nightclub? Because the last time we checked, with the last information we got, Tintin was a drug pusher. Tintin was a drug pusher when his father was working as a VP. He was once arrested and all. When last Tintin had a network as equivalent to George Weah's son? When last that we are seeing that they are paying special compliment to their son, their useless son of a Tintin, to say he holding mic. He got a script bar. How is that benefiting the Liberian people? What door has that opened up or can open up for the Liberian people? If that is so, they are thinking, oh, the so-called and local musicians that we have in our country there, Liberia will go somewhere by now. Like I said before, I continue to say, this old man is wasting our resources on his family. Now I understand why seditions being pointing, you know, to the mansion being built in Lofa there, and they've been lying that he has nothing to do with it. Where some UP gets up and say, oh, when you bring sedition back, these guys are criminal, these guys are hooligans, these guys will wreck the country and thing. How different are you people or UP? How different? You know, it is my very first time in my entire life since I was born, or I've been growing up to even hear or to know that Liberia president was in a nightclub, not just any nightclub, but a script nightclub. And not just Uneyo, but he and his wife. My very first time in my entire life to hear president go to nightclub, or even Liberia president setting an extraordinary, you know, extraordinary precedents, you know, for our youths of tomorrow. Paving the way for the next, you know, successor. That the kind of thing our presidents will come into power, they all will be doing. Where the country is at a high rate at this moment as we speak, we're talking about tons of drugs into our nation, where we don't even know the exact location of those drugs, or even the people that you need to round up, that actually you haven't even caught yet and thing. Eventually, what's going to happen? Those drugs are going to end up on the market. Folks, y'all expect to start seeing more zombies in Liberia. Y'all expect to start seeing, you know, more people being affected. You know, our loved ones, our families, our friends, our relatives, our brothers and sisters, our aunts, our uncles, our mothers, our fathers. Because they are going to start sneaking those drugs on the market, you know, giving it to permanent people in the cycle that will be out there, the local ones selling the drugs. You got some big hands that are into this thing. Nobody rationally will say that any local person or somebody from outside that does not have genuine contact with any country will be brave to do such a thing. Even Mexico, they talk about where the great drug cartel is. There are always some kind of big hands within the government up there that has something to do with them. They're where they get their support from. They're where they get their bravery from. They're where they get their supply from. They're where they even get all of their informations about the government and its next step and moves out from. And I can gladly tell you, Liberians, they will do nothing to those people. Those people will go start walking free. And at the end of the day, they will lie to you and myself that those drugs has been destroyed or burned. They might even bring something in your presence trying to fool you that they're destroying the drug, but they are not even the real drugs. They are not the real deal. Oh, President Boakai, I'm too disappointed in you. I am completely disappointed in you. I had too much high hope for you. Never saw this coming. I never saw this coming. You disappointed me too bad to the core. Yes. At your age, you have not even grandchildren, your great-grandchildren to take care of. You're supposed to be home. You're supposed to be in bed. You're supposed to be playing with your great-grandchildren or your grandchildren. Giving them a good night kisses, hugs, peck. But to find you and your old regular wife sitting in a script bar saying that y'all went to show your support for your drug addict son? Who gave you? Who's your advisor that gave you this kind of advice? Who lied to you? Who fooled you and your wife to do this nonsense? Forgetting to know that this is the public domain. The same way that you guys used to be spying on seditions, you had insiders that were giving the public informations about what George Weah eat, where George Weah sleep, how many girlfriends he has, how many bastard babies or kids he are born out there. It's the same way. The opposition, seditions, they have insiders right among you that are seeing everything you're doing and putting out those informations. You want to say you are low-minded and that arrogant enough to not even know that, people are going to be watching you too? When you people have done, even worse to the previous administration? Yeah? So folks, tell me now, Liberian people, why would you want to re-elect Joseph Boakai? Why would you even want UP to come back into power? Looking at, the offsprings. Dog can born cat. Or cat can born dog. So what do you even think that looking at, even if President Boakai does not come back, any other, individual that comes from the UP are going to be even better? As we are hearing within the air that even this drug issue here, Jeremiah Kuhn knows something about it. And there's a common saying, wherever there is smoke, there has to be fire. Somebody did not just come up accidentally with such information. No. It came from somewhere. Somebody heard something within and gradually spilling it out. Unless they try to cover it to the extent that this man gets scot-free or break loose. Yeah? How safe are the Liberian people? Even for your age, President Boakai, you shouldn't even be drinking liquor or alcohol. But just by you being to a club, that shows that you are a drinker. It doesn't matter you're a human being or not, but you are, your system isn't good enough to take those kinds of things any longer. You're supposed to be living a relaxing life. You're supposed to be, living a soft life. Not finding yourself into the things of, the young people and all those stuff there. Your disappointment. Even your wife is a disappointment because she should have more better value, moral value in order, as a wife that is in control to convince you to say, sweetheart, this doesn't seem right for us to do. Because you know what? Eventually, we might be seen outside there. Your wife should already have that moral value in order to know. She should be the one, advising you. As she stands by your side. But apparently, it looked at herself, she's a clubber. It looked at herself, she's a booster. Like you. Because it said, birds of the same feathers flap together. Birds of the same feathers flap together. Tell me, how do you people look? Look at that. Isn't this shameful? Look at the madam, the first lady, with all her tooth in her mouth, that even in the darkness, you can see her white teeth. Feeling comfortable, smiling in a nightclub. He said, look at the nasty smile on his face. Look at it. How comfortable they are feeling. When it should be concerned about the Liberian people, when they should be concerned about our families, why we elected them. He has forgotten the manner of which he ran. His party said that they were running on, this whole drug issue, that they were going to end it. They were going to find a resolution to it. But from the look of things, nothing. Nothing really has been done, or they are not doing anything. They are pretending and lying to the Liberian people. Shouldn't be this comfortable. Go to Burkina Faso. As young as that little boy is, in his 30s, look at him. He has reformed the country in a way that, even the elders, they are all proud of him. Continue to reform the country. He's not taking advantage of the fact of his youth stage to say, I'm supposed to be in nightclub. To say, I'm supposed to be chilling with so many women. After all, I'm a president. No. He's transforming Burkina Faso to be the next generation. Look at the new report he has put it out. Reducing the sentencing of jail, reducing the jailhouse. He said that, it is a waste of the country resources. Instead, he's taxing, prisoners to earn, their freedom through working, to learn trade while they are in prison. And if they can prove that they have succeeded, they have learned something, that they can be of a better use to society, they will be let out. They will be let out. Reforming the country. A young boy that even your son Tente is older than. Yeah. Let Guinea there. Since Guinea took our land, they've been flying into our territory there with a helicopter, transporting a lot of their military equipment on our soil and other things. Every day, you're just spelling out lies to the community or to the Liberian people that you are handling such incidents diplomatically. Lying to the Liberian people. While those people there, they are crunching and they are settling down on our land, on our territory, on our soil. The only thing you care about, say you go show support for your drug addict son. Are you not ashamed? Can you look around you? Are you going to tell us at the end of the day, we're going to say or eat our words or swallow our words tomorrow to say, Judge, we are even did better than you? The very job where everybody will put mouth on? Is that what's going to happen tomorrow? What can you people say? How can you people, lie more and more to the public? This is a live evidence. We even have the video of Tintin. They're saying he's seeking rubbish and stupidness before the camera. See the stupid smiles on both of their faces. How can you turn around and try to make the Liberian people to feel tomorrow that what they are seeing is an AI? Or what your information minister, Mr. Pierre, going to tell us in his report that soon a journalist maybe bring it out or talk about it, then he tried to insult their family or try to fire back at them negatively. This is discouraging. This government, it is a regret of bringing this government into power. It is a regret. It is a disgrace to every government official in this. I'm talking about appointees, especially the ones that went flying down there, rushing to look for a job, and he there distributing jobs to them. How is it showing that they are making difference? The pipe water they talk about that is the country being supplied by, guess what? It is not even all over. It is not running all over. I said earlier before, they are only doing these things here in order to have themselves to be re-elected come 2029. Because if they have the good intention for the country, every project they lay their hands on, they will complete it. They say government is continuity. Look at the road issue. The RIA road issue. Since they came into power, they're been spending luxury, so much money, building overhead bridge, when that road is a death trap. Or because he didn't start it. They say Corey. Oh, you know, rainy season time with Corey. Corey will be steady. Up to now, Corey don't even steady in Liberia. We have the capacity, we have the resources, we have the financial capacity to even be a supplier to ourselves, to have our own dime running and operational, that the entire 50 counties can receive steady electricity. Instead of us saying that we are being connected by private companies.
To Radio LBR, your home for the best hits and local vibes in Minnesota, USA. Broadcasting live from the heart of the city. We bring you the music that moves you. Stay with us for the latest tracks and community updates. This is Radio LBR, where the beat never stops.
Mixing the beats.
Yeah. For us to say that we are receiving electricity or quarry from private entities or company out there in other foreign lands like Ivory Coast, like Guinea. How big is Liberia? Look at our population. Why are we suffering? Why our living standard is so below the belt? It's all due to our leaders. The ones we call leaders. They are only there for their selfish aims. They are only there for themselves and their family. That same trick of politics. Wherever they see the other government or wherever they see the other administration failing, they use that as a means to come to power. And the Liberian people, being so desperate, for a matter of fact, believe their old or tricks in the book. Yeah. They have left the rest distribution now because they know that the Liberian people, they are adjusted to that. So now they have resorted into looking at the flaws and the fault of the previous government and talking about they are the rescue team. They are here to rescue the Liberian people. And of course, they are going to make a difference. They are going to be there in order to change things around. Let's see what some of our so-called brothers and sisters are saying here. Zanga David says here, my brother, this will not help you guys. You did this before and you lost. Zanga, you must be, a fool. You must be a fool. You are ignorant. What we are talking about here is no sentiment. It's not picking side. It is a fact. A lot of y'all, because y'all feel, y'all like some of us, y'all outside of the country. So it rather doesn't matter to y'all. It rather doesn't matter. If it doesn't help us, you think it's going to help you too? You think it's going to help you too? We are looking at reality. We're speaking on facts. And all you can do, you can write garbage here. How silly you can be. We are talking about real-time things that are happening now. We got tons of drugs there out there in the community. There isn't anything showing how forcibly that this government is making any effort, any effort to close that case. Instead, all Pierre could refer to in one of his report when he was speaking is that because it happened during George Weah time, so it should happen during this administration time. We got this other problem, but before then, we've been having the border situation on hand there. You had the low-fat border, which never resolved. And I can say so far so good, it has died down. Now we got Guinean on our soil and our territory. Guinean on our soil and our territory that we can't do nothing about. Then to see that the drugs issue add up to it, unless you don't have relatives and family in that country, or you don't have loved ones in that country. That's why you would not worry about it at all. Yeah. This doesn't mean that any one of the other parties are better. Even with Alexander Cummings, I didn't even know Alexander Cummings, because in fact said not to make anybody relevant, I even calling no damn name here. Because Alexander Cummings never said that he has a family. Even Alexander Cummings, for Alexander Cummings to stoop so low, to say that he got to serve as a conductor, just don't see this government. He's willing to, he got to, meaning if he has to serve go as a VP to George Weah, just to have this government kick out of power, he would do it. The same Alexander Cummings that said that before, he can never be second to none. He either be president or nothing. He lowered his standard. That's why I said none of these people here are real. All of them are fake. He's not even a man of his word. Because he have sat down now, a lot of his hooligans and things have, patched him up with what to tell the Liberian people. Because they know now, they have the capacity of knowing the fact that these Liberian people, they are just good to lie to. So he's starting to give his part of lies. What made him different? Think that we get eyes, we get ears, we don't observe, we are not observant. Think we know better? But God will bring that person of genuine love, loyalty for that country. That person will come. God is still molding that person. That person that will move that country from where it is to the next point. Like they can say, the beautiful one or the beautiful woman has not yet been born. That person, God is still molding them for that country. Besides that, so fake politicians we have in our country. And that's why I said, I'm proud that I built this system. I'm not only on Facebook or YouTube. I have an FM Black 2 running. People who knows who have turned into the FM Black, just as the listening here, the FM Black, they are listening live. It's so freaking clear. It goes all over the world. It goes beyond Liberia. It goes all in the 15 countries. It goes even in the rural area as long as you have internet by audio. So we're going to use the best technology we have to our disposal in order to put the message, all those messages out there to the Liberian people. We are starting this campaign to start educating and alerting our Liberian people before 2029. And we're going to get good results. We're going to get good results. Can you imagine? Setting group 2 wedding now to come in tomorrow to come eat a part of money, to come eat a part of tea, or to lick their own from the country, as you can say, Liberia, that family, talking about my uncle. Well, last, you and the other coming begin. Look at your last, begin relative. Because you're all are the same thieves and rogues with no regard for your integrity. You feel that you have positioned yourself to within the ANC, hopefully to be the next team to come on board, to go and steal your own too from the Liberian people. But this time around, we are definitely campaigning. We are letting people aware, or to be aware of how we are going to disseminate information, into their different neighborhoods and into their communities. Just how you can turn on local radio, FM station, you listen in Liberia. That's how people are learning how to, use their phone to listen to these informations that we are disseminating to the public. Just stop your blah, 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 blah nonsense talks, because you are no better. You are no better. Some of you come up here, you are all sycophants. You can see from your conversation, your discussion, your engagement to know that you are sycophants. You are not men and women enough to stare your leaders in the faces and tell them the absolute truth. Instead, like Joseph Boakai said, you are dogs that just barking. All you need is to throw boons at you for you to shut your mouths. That's all. So you stop being distraction here. Means that this government isn't showing anything positively or good, doesn't make you people to be better. You people might even be the worst to even make mistake with. Or you think that you're the only people there that went through the school dome off to know better? Just pity our Liberian people. Pity our Liberian people. Keep on making the same mistakes over and over and over. I mean, it is discouraging. Joseph Boakai, I'm highly disappointed in you. I'm highly disappointed in you. Just for the seditious to get a hold of this information and put it out there. Oh my God, it is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. That tells me everything, that we have lost hope. We have lost hope. We are just sitting ducks. No positive result going to come out of that cooking. Those people there, they are not even going to get them. They are not going to get them. And it's going to die down like how the border issue have died down. And next thing, when you see your brother on the street now in the graveyard too, then he starts sniffing your nose, then he walking like he drunk, and he sees all kinds of itch and mess on his soul and thing. You should know that the drugs, they are in action. Yes, they are in action. Because you know what, let's just say for instance, if Jeremiah Kuhn definitely hands are in this thing here, Joseph Boakai knows that they will not come out and try to drag such a prominent person in society, especially knowing that such a top bribe man in his government out there, because it's going to be dragging the name of his government down. So they are going to do everything possible to seal up such information. What a shame. What a shame. So, folks, we will stop there. And we're going to continue pounding the situation. We're going to keep all these records. This is going to be more than a month discussion until we are absolutely sure, especially Joseph Boakai putting himself in a tight corner now. We know where he's putting most of his attention instead of on the Liberian people, business and job. Where the UP there, they are making stupid excuses talking about, after hour, they may finish working at the weekend. General, so gonna labor, they are looking like during the time they were coming out in their teens. So the weekend, let go party, let go club. Oh, one of my bodyguard telling me, crap. Why you expect the Omega and freaking grandchildren over there. He goes sit down and put bottle in his grandchildren, great-grandchildren mouth and try to pat them on the back, let them bash and put them to sleep. Or even his wife. Can't talk about he get bloody. Get bloody to do what? Even that old lady sitting by him, children decide girls say, oh man, you can't job. He can't even move your body. That all still. So then that liquor he'll go resort into. What a disgrace. A serious disgrace. And this doesn't give the breathing ground for any other party too, because we're going to pound all of y'all. There ain't no freaking different. We know a lot of y'all mess and things y'all been creating too and doing. It's just that God been moving from behind y'all and exposing all of y'all. So we'll say for now, this is how we'll end the show. We'll be back later. Thanks, folks.
We got proud dignity, but people good and not be content. Abuse our family, let's come together, live in unity. We are one of for politics. We shouldn't about every difference. Not be raised on our shoulder. And every year we get in order. What are you young or you older? Doesn't matter who you are. Mama Liberia, I love you. Mama Liberian people, let's go. I am happy you're here. I'm gonna just post up on I know I am happy you're here. I know you must control I am happy you're here.
Yes, folks. So, yeah, this is your boy, DJ Willie, right here from Radio LBR TV and Radio LBR and TV. Coming to you live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, US of A. Right now, the time is about 8:18 p.m. on our side. Today is the 12th day of the month of July of 2026. We hope you people are definitely having some good times. Please do us a favor and do yourself a favor by sharing this identical broadcast here and enlightening, our people as well. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.